Yeah, and it's one that what we call a big data project. I mentioned it before. With it's a research project right now. It's really a business experiment that we have going on right now through these CRADAs, and it's can we leverage the value that's inherent in these data to the wider community? Can we leverage that value to make them available to the community freely and openly? So this is sort of the intersection between open data and the cloud technologies that are out there. So how do we make these available on these cloud platforms? So one of the first data set that we moved under this CRADA, I think everyone's familiar with, is the NOAA's what we call NextRad weather radar. So everybody's got it on their phones. You see the clouds, you see the precipitation. Well, there's a big archive of that weather data that's been available since like 1992, but it's has been very hard to use. And for these big data algorithms, you need the entire archive in order to train your new algorithms to do this kind of big data applications. No one's been able to do that before. So NOAA moved the entire archive to 4 of the 5 collaborators that we have that wanted to use the data. So Amazon was one of the ones that took it on, and they were the first one to release it as a public service. So you can go to Amazon today, and for free, download any of the data that you want from NOAA's weather radars that's ever been collected. Or you can leave it in place and compute in place. And so it's been very exciting because just by placing it in that platform, we've seen the use of the data go up 230%. So more people than ever are using it. Amazon is distributing a lot of it for free, but they are also, most customers are keeping it on their system, so they're computing on the system. So Amazon's able to get the return on investment that they need to make this whole business experiment work.
Right.
And it's a nice service for businesses who are coming in and computing like mad on this data, and they're making new products. They're getting products out to market faster than ever before.
Very cool. Going all the way back to the reinventing government days, we actually did this back in the 90s now, so things weren't, big data wasn't big data back then, but there's still a lot of data. We did a study of satellite imagery coming in. NOAA was one of them, National Weather Service, on and on and on. And all agencies, DOD, and found just amazing amounts of data that were being brought in, and the agency using like a fraction of it, like 2%, and the rest of it just went into like data dumps, And then, but when you looked at the data, you realize other agencies could use this, and the public can use this. So it sounds like that's pretty much what you're talking about here, is making data available for all kinds of uses.
And it's changing that paradigm. Before, if you wanted to move a large data or use a large data set, you had to move it. Right, so if it was like, say, the new GO 16 data, which is about to become available very, very soon, right, for the public use. Well, in the old days, you'd have to move it down to your, through the networks to your local machine and then compute on it. That's very hard to do. It's a big barrier for a lot of people. Sure. But now, if this data is going to be available on these cloud platforms, you can compute in place. You need not move these large data sets anymore, and we think this is going to encourage use.
Absolutely.